your brain. Hey everyone, this is Iron Torch 20, and welcome to my next Let's Play, and this is going to be Little Ninja Brothers for the NES. Came out in 1990, it's a action RPG, and it's actually a lot of fun, and let's go ahead and get this started. You get your option of the main campaign or the field meeting. I am going to show off the field meeting at some point, just whenever I can. And you get your option of starter password. You can play co-op in this game, which is that's like one of the things that makes it very unique. And I'm just gonna go ahead with one player. I will show off co-op at some point. And for the difficulty, because some of the RPG style boss fights are such bullshit on hard mode, I'm just gonna go ahead and play on normal. And if you choose to judge me, so be it. So here's the plot of this game. And basically what you're getting is that evil clan takes over. I also like the traditional anime bruising. So that's our seemingly bad guy. Although the sun is sure taking this well. Anyway, here's our mentor. Yeah, I wonder where they got the design idea for this guy from. Actually, I am going to be making plenty of jokes about Dragon Ball when, or maybe not jokes, but this game actually is a lot like Dragon Ball when you think about it. And, for those of you who are fans of Dragon Ball, you'll see why as I play this game. So here we are at the beginning of the game. You get a pretty traditional world map like most RPGs. And when you get into random encounters, where you are on the screen affects what kind of terrain you're working with. And if you're near water, you get water, and then you get plains, you get forest. So I'll just try and show off everything whenever I can. Alright, I'm just trying to get into one fight now just to show you what it's like. And apparently the game just does not want to cooperate. And, okay, did not expect that. Yeah, I'm doing this in the middle of a thunderstorm, so not really sure if that's the best idea. Anyway, here's your, experience with a random encounter. Don't go in water, water's bad. You can punch, you can jump, and, the best way to deal with these enemies is to, jump on them. And, when they all go, that means you won the battle. So life is good. And you can also punch rocks to get certain power-ups. And I'm going to be explaining those some more just when the time comes. But I just wanted to show off this first battle. So let's go in here into town. And to talk to people, you just go to the sub-screen. And just talk. And since this is an RPG, you are going to need to talk to people to get important hints about everything. Such as resting in a hotel. Even though if you have played an RPG, you'd already know that, but, you know, just in case you haven't. Well, I'm sure Chinaland's media is a lot more reliable than America's. Anyway, I'm just spending time talking with everybody here. And that's actually going to be pretty important towards leveling up. And there are other things that this game, there are a lot of things that this game does do well, I especially like the versatility as well as the atmosphere. And there's actually a lot of things this game does get right, including some of the combat mechanics. But I'll get to that more. Anyway, here's the convenience store. You can revive your buddy if you're playing on co-op, get with a password. Find out how many more experience points you need to get to the next level. And go back to co-op or go to one player if you want. Now, one thing that hasn't aged well about this game is that you do have to go to the convenience store and get the password. And This is a pretty big password, and I'm sure AVGN would be pretty angry about it, but the point is, other RPGs actually improve upon this by making you, or letting you save wherever you want. And here in the fist is going to be the equipment. And like most RPGs, you have to improve your equipment as the game goes on, and I'll just explain that some more. Shields deflect certain projectiles, robes are better for your defense, and claws and punches are for your punching power. So just go ahead and buy this stuff. And usually if it's recommended, the shopkeeper will say this is the best item to buy, you'll need it, and so forth. And since there are going to be some times where I am going to have to grind, I'll try and cut out as much of that as I can. But just like most other RPG Let's Plays, whenever there are new enemies that I end up seeing, I'll keep those battles in. And see, here you're at the tool shop. You can get sweet buns to increase your health. Skateboards allow you to flee battles automatically. Talismans are useful for slowing down enemies. And amulets are useful for reducing the effects of certain spells that enemies can cast on you later on in the game. So I'm just going to go ahead and get Talisman Alpha. And as you can guess, you can improve upon it. No, I didn't mean to do that. Actually, I had to go to leave and then press A. Yeah, it's not like most RPGs where you can just press B, but I mean, that's a kind of minor complaint. So I'm just gonna go ahead and talk to a few more people. And of course you get the option to run just like most other RPGs. And those are people we are gonna have to talk to later in the game. And that's actually gonna be important for finding certain weapons. So I'm just going to grind a little bit for some money, and you'll join me back when I'm done. Well, while I'm here, I might as well try and show off the forest fights. And here's just your basic mooks. And one thing about those munchers, you can only kill them by jumping on them. And whenever you collect those M's, you can use that for a Mighty Ball power-up. And we actually can't do anything with a Mighty Ball yet, but that's not going to happen for a while, unfortunately. And one thing I am going to have to figure out is how I'm going to space these parts. I think what I'm going to do is just cut out whatever grinding I have to do and try and make it to certain points before I end up calling it a video. I mean, fortunately, there is no 10-minute time limit. I can't imagine having to do RPGs with a 10-minute time limit. Just like olden days. I better stay away from that one. Sometimes you can get skulls, and whenever you get skulls, that reset your M count all the way back to 0, which is not a good thing. And there is one thing I am going to try and show off a lot during this game, is that you can jump off the top of the screen and bounce back and land on top of enemies. And that's a trick I'm going to be using a lot of. And believe me, you'll see it soon enough. But for now, back to more grinding. Anyway, here I am back at level 3. And what I'm going to do now is go to the tool shop and just buy the rest of the stuff I missed. And the main thing I need to get is the amulet 1. Let's see, we could probably use a few skateboards to run away from things. I think I can get about 3. And I think I'll just buy the rest of them in sweet buns. And the only problem with the sweet buns is that you can only carry up to 8. So you are going to be starved for healing items, which is actually going to be a really big problem later in the game, because one of the things that makes this game very difficult is that a lot of the places are just really big endurance tests that you just have to make it through everything without dying. And let's see, that should be enough. Yep. You gotta love that good old RPG logic where you can fit 6 more skateboards in, but not another sweet bun. Anyway, now that we're done with that, let's move onwards. And let's see, what I need to do is take the bridge and go into one of the next towns. And here I'm gonna be running into stronger enemies. But these are not them. And I definitely forgot to heal. Well, hopefully that won't bite me in the ass, but then again, knowing my luck when it comes to Let's Playing, it will. But at this point, I just want to get to town, and I have to do that by going up. Anyway, this is not town, but this is the Wise Stallion. And this is what that one kid told me about. And here you can learn to throw shurikens, which is actually going to be really useful. And here's one of the mini games that they actually reuse in the field meetings. So what I have to do is obviously make these jumps, and after that what I have to do is just shoot things. And really all I'm doing is just standing still and trying to hit these things. And you'll know why. Mainly because I'm just trying to get a lot of points and not fall down like a fool. And that is one of the problems with this game, is that the collision detection with platforms is kind of wonky. And now that I've gotten enough, I think I'm just going to try and make it to the exit. And what you have to do to dash is mash A. Or in my case, if you're playing on an emulator, just hold Turbo A. Shoot. Thank you. Ah, well. So either way, we learn how to throw T-stars, which is always going to be good. At least the Wise Stallion tells us where to go next. So let's just go east. But not before we fight some more mooks. Actually, this terrain is kind of special because if you are unlucky, you can actually run into the Minotaur here. But this will not be one of those times. I will have to show him off at some point, but you can see him. And I really did not want to run into him now with low health. Or with my not going to the inn and whatnot. Anyway, here's a pig with a poker. And we're going to be running into plenty of guys like this. And see, the best way to beat these guys is to jump. Is to jump on them and then punch them. Right when you land. Because combinations are always good. But that's the main way combat goes in this game. You are going to get RPG style fights later on, and you'll be seeing plenty of those, believe me. And let's see, I think town should be close to here. Let's see, where am I? Well, let's see, you don't have to see this. And one thing I really should have done before this game was print out the world map. And you get the option to run, which is always good. Anyway, here we made it to town. And if I don't sound right today, it's because allergies just decided to kick my ass today. And that's unfortunately something that comes with spring. Anyway, here we made it to Delicious. Of course, this game is just so full of puns. And let's see, what I want to do now is just heal up. So I'll just go in here. And yes, I would. And like any other RPG, you get all your health back whenever you spend the night. Always fun. Anyway, let's just talk to some more people. Anyway, here we find out that the mayor is kind of a bad dictator, or some sort of, I don't know, I guess some greedy sociopath. I guess he's not all that different from the average American banker. Anyway, here we are in, I guess, some gourmet restaurant. And it turns out there's absolutely nothing to eat, so we have to eat spiders to live. And, see, later on I do want to, upgrade my equipment, but not now. Instead, I just want to talk to some more people. And, I also like how they, make fun of some of the restaurants here, and, or not some restaurants, just McDonald's. But it turns out Nettie's has nothing. So anyway, while I'm doing this, just, okay, there's McRonald's. I was actually waiting for that one. And, basically all I'm doing now is just, going around town getting all the hints. And, what you do want to do is, talk to a lot of people, because you never know who's gonna help you out and, who's gonna lead you to what. And, that's just one thing that always makes RPGs so fun. Well, this can't possibly be a bad idea. Let's do this. So anyway, you're gonna see this set up a lot. This is gonna be a overhead section where you are gonna have to navigate through the palace. And isn't that gonna be a lot more fun when we have to do this in the dark later in the game? Anyway, let's talk to the mayor. Now that's a face I could trust. Is that a beer in there? I actually never noticed that before. Anyway, this is the problem with eating too much. You get a food coma. Or more accurately, the food was drugged. And it turned out I'm in prison now. So that was not a very good idea. And yes, this is one of the minions of the Yoma clan. And yeah, that's actually going to be a really big problem when we have to fight him soon. But for now, we have to talk with these guys and just see what the hell happened. I thought they tried doing that in that Simpsons Halloween episode. Instead it was how to cook for 40 humans. Obviously that was a parody of that Twilight Zone episode, To Serve Man. Anyway, we gotta talk to this guy. And it turns out this guy's too fat to escape, so I'm just gonna go ahead and escape. So here we're just gonna get out of here. And you are gonna be seeing a lot of maze formats, and that is something we are gonna have to deal with throughout the entire game. And that's actually one of the things that makes this game so much fun. I wonder who's in here. Ooh, the savior. And you know what, let's just say we left. And the amulet too is actually going to be really important towards deflecting Tubba Tummy's meatball spell. The problem is you do have to be facing the spell, because if you're behind it or to the side, it's going to hit you and turn you into a meatball. And that is actually going to be a really big problem when we're fighting him. And I'll explain more when I get there. But now what I have to do is make my way back to town. So let's just go ahead and get over here. And with that, I think that's a good place to call the video, so join me next time as we take out the quote-unquote mayor and save Delicious. See you next time.